Hello, friends, and welcome back to a KNC video update where we will be taking a look at what's happening with the project and some of the things that I see in the 1 hour and potentially where I see KNC heading in the next several days. So let's take a look here. We can see that at these levels here on April 7th, from the last update as well, if you haven't checked it out, please do so because it will help you out with this one here where we will talk about the updates and everything. But let's take a look here. So we know that we created a double bottom on April 6th here at the levels of 2.6. Okay, so this level was very crucial. We know there's a heavy support area here for KNC, and this was also where the momentum occurred for KNC. You can see here the bullish momentum happened. There was imbalance here at 3, where there was a big gap here occurring. Okay, but overall, we had an uptrend. We have an uptrend going on until now. We could see that price is respecting these levels, and we in the last several days, KNC has been going insane. Okay, we can see here the levels of imbalance. We came up, we created higher highs and lower lows, as you can see here, at the levels of the uptrend that we have. So KNC has a lot of volume come in as well in the last several days, which is great. We see a lot of momentum for KNC, a lot of indications that the project is growing, but just keep in mind now that we are currently in the uptrend, but we also broke out of the 50 MA. So once we broke that 50 MA before on April 14th, we can see this big gap happening here. Okay, so if you take a look before, we can see if we zoom in on April 6th, we can see that there was gaps that occurred, and then right after we saw an imbalance happen. Okay, so we see here imbalance, and then once we came up, retested back here at the level of support and order block that we have. If you take a look here, we can see the levels has been respecting that place here at about 3.4. Okay, so this level is very crucial, as you can see. But we are overall creating higher highs and lower lows, as you can see. But just keep in mind, we are also respecting the level of demand and also an uptrend. So if we can sustain that level here, hopefully in the next several days, we can see KNC break out of this level here, since we are currently about to be oversold as well in the RSI. We saw that we were oversold right here at the levels of support that we created before. So this was great news. As you can see here, price was oversold, and we also created a divergence. If you take a look here, we can see that this wick was higher than this wick right here, which is about 4, and this one was about 4.09. But you can see here a divergence. So this it was oversold at this 29.90, and this area was 34. So we saw divergence at the support level that we created, which was a great indication as well that the momentum was still going, as you can see here at the levels of support we created before. So now what I want to see for GMT is hopefully come back and test this recent resistance that we had, because as you can see, we went up at 4.35, but we also rejected that 50 EMA. So it's very important that we come back to this level of resistance here at 4.2, and then hopefully, since we are seeing currently rejections area right now, as you can see here, we whipped up but rejected that area. But hopefully in the next several hours and days, we could see GMT hopefully break out of this level here of the recent resistance, retest back at the 50 MA at this level of 50 MA. You can see that 50 MA is hovering at the levels of resistance here. So if you could come back, retest the levels of 50 MA, and then maybe continue up to the upside here. As you can see, these levels are very crucial because we created a level of resistance, and there was a battle here, as you can see, between the bearish and bullish side. So just keep in mind this area is very important, as we saw levels of heavy support occur before. As you can see here, this level was respected before at a recent resistance. So this level is very crucial. We saw here a fake out, as you can see. So there was a fake out that price came up, retested back, and then it was going to continue to the upside. But as you can see here, it was a fake out to the levels of resistance that we had here at 4.5. So please be wary of that. If price comes up and retest back at 4.2 at the recent resistance we had, if we do come up to the levels of 4.6, there is very heavy support areas at these levels. But also keep in mind, we have here a level of support before at the levels of the resistance at the levels of 50 MA as well. So it's very tough for KNC to hopefully break out of these levels, but it's not impossible. If we do see volume come in, we could break out of the recent resistance and support that we had before, since we have a big gap here that could be filled in the next coming days. As you can see here, the gap before, which we saw imbalance, which I stated before, that would be filled when price rejects up to these highs right here. There could sometimes be fills that come in the next several days, and as you can see, we saw a fill in before from the last video that we created with GMT that occurred. So just keep in mind, hopefully we don't, since we are currently, for GMT in the last several hours, we were in a downtrend for quite that time. Hopefully we could break that trend right here. As you can see, we are currently going to the bullish momentum. Break out of that wick, retest back, and then test back the levels of resistance. But just keep in mind, there's a lot of rejections that happened before, and as well, there's a level of support there. So please be cautious of that. And if we do come back to levels for KNC, we could, drop down to the levels here, creating a double bottom at the levels of 4.00, which would be critical as well because we saw levels here of support for KNC that was supported before. So if we do drop a little bit, we can respect these levels here of about 4.01. It would be very important because we created here a double bottom, and then hopefully we could see price momentum come up for the next several days for KNC, where we retest back the levels of resistance of 4.25. So just a quick update on KNC and everything that's going on. I hope you guys liked the video and found value, and I hope to see you on the next one. Take care.